I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please, roll call, please.
Councilman Simuluka. Councilman Simuluka is unable to be here this evening due to illness. Councilman Garrett.
Here.
Councilman Agamondo.
Here.
Councilor Meza.
Here.
Council President Jones.
Here. Please rise to salute the flag and remain standing in memory of former Mayor Thomas Trier and Bart Colazzati, past president of Saddlebrook Golden Agers Club and father of Fire Chief Joe Colazzati. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all council members and to all legal newspapers in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law, 1975, and in consideration of Executive Order Number 103, issued by Governor Murphy on March 9, 2020, declaring a state of emergency and a public health emergency in the state of New Jersey.
The public is hereby advised that any statements made during a meeting of the Township Council of the Township of Saddlebrook may not be privileged or protected, and that persons or entities who take issue with such comments or are offended by saying may have in the past sought legal redress through the courts. Any member of the public who addresses the council speaks for themselves and not for the council.
Mayor, you have a proclamation?
Yes. Pete, they can't hear you. The sound is not good. You got the mic on? Yes, Council President. I have two proclamations tonight. One is for February being Heart Health Month, and the other is also in recognition of Black History Month. This is February. Whereas February is designated as Heart Health Month, the nation unites beginning the first Friday by wearing red and with the common goal to eradicate heart disease and stroke. It is important not to ignore early warning signs like chest pain, palpitations, shortness of breath, and sudden dizziness. Heart attack symptoms can be different for men and women. Everyone should consult with their primary physicians for life-saving information. In an effort to raise awareness, I encourage everyone to check your cholesterol and blood pressure, make healthy food choices, stay active, and know your risk. Now, therefore, on the 4th day of February 2021, I do hereby proclaim February as Heart Health Month and invite all residents to wear red on Friday, tomorrow, February 5th, 2021, and make the commitment to fight cardiovascular disease. In recognition of Black History Month. Black History Month is an annual celebration which recognizes the significant contributions of African Americans throughout our nation's history through their contribution in arts, entertainment, law, politics, sciences, sports, and so much more. Black History Month affords special opportunity to become more knowledgeable about Black heritage and to honor the many Black leaders who have contributed to the progress of our nation. Such knowledge can strengthen the insight of all citizens regarding the issues of human rights, the great strides that have been made in the crusade to eliminate the barriers of equality for minority groups, and continuing struggle against racial discrimination and poverty. On this 4th day of February 2021, we urge our residents to join together in making this period of rededication to the principles of justice and equality for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Can I have a motion to open the meeting to the public, please?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The meeting is open to the public. Please come forward, state your name and your address.
All right, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Thomas.
Thomas Van Winkle, 128 Lincoln Avenue. Mayor's Youth Group Liaison. Just want to talk about the Mayor's Youth Group. Last night, a few of us met at Town Hall in the council chambers. We made several Valentine's Day cards for our local seniors throughout the town. And we will be including that in this month's senior newsletters that will be mailed out by Christine Januario, who did a great job organizing everything last night. Also, we met in January on Zoom, and we're going to be meeting again on Saturday, February 27th at 10:30 a.m. on Zoom for the Mayor's Youth Group. And that's all for now.
Thank you, Thomas, for doing that. That's a great thing.
Thank you to all the members who came out to Town Hall last night to make the cards, and who sent them in as well. And also, the youth group members have till tomorrow, Friday, February 5th. They could send additional cards into Christine at Town Hall.
Terrific. Good job, Thomas. Thank you so much. Anybody else?
I just wanted to compliment Joe Palzai, 19 Caldwell, Fire Chief, citizen of Altown. I just want to say thank you for remembering my father. Still very fresh, and although he turned 89 on the 15th, it seems like he had a lot of life left in him, and he felt it was time to go, and he went peacefully, and and we have to move on and just remember him. That's all. So,
Well, our sincere condolences.
Thank
He was
you.
a wonderful man.
I-
I knew him well, and a big loss,
Yeah,
and
yes,
I'm sincerely sorry.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Seeing none, can I get a motion to close the meeting?
Motion.
All in favor? We'll go to comments. Mayor? Yes.
Thank you. I want to start with the storm update, and I want to thank the DPW for the great job that they did under pretty difficult circumstances. It was a huge storm, a lot of snow coming down for a long duration of time. Just want to let people know too, because there were some complaints about plowing curb to curb. And I spoke to the DPW Superintendent, Bob Hickswa, about that. When there's so much snow like that, I believe we got 19 inches was the number that I heard. It's difficult to get curb to curb because you're pushing the snow onto people's properties, onto their sidewalks, and they get upset with that too. So there's just so much snow that it makes it hard to plow. And again, I think they did a very, very good job. I just want residents to know that they can still report any hazardous conditions or where they see problem areas. They can call Town Hall 201-587-2903 or the DPW directly at 201-843-3064. And the DPW superintendent will respond and inspect, see if there's anything that can be done or that should be done. I want to thank our volunteer ambulance corps and volunteer fire department. During the storm, they stood by in case of an emergency at their firehouses and at the ambulance corps. The police department did issue snow tickets, a total of 68. I had thought more residents this time complied, but I was just told that was not the case. Please, when we have storms like this, it's important for everybody to move their cars out of the street, and it's something that helps the whole community because the DPW can plow better when the cars are removed from the street. Also, property maintenance, our property maintenance officer has been notifying business owners and residents to shovel their sidewalks. Also, residents and property owners are responsible for shoveling out 3 feet on each side of the fire hydrants. I know some residents that they just can't do it for whatever reason. And if they have a problem doing it, please call Town Hall, again, 201-587-2903. We'll try to do what we can to get somebody out there to help out. If you're a senior citizen and you can't do it, we'll see what we can do to help out. We've been trying to get volunteers to assist in shoveling snow. With this huge storm, you can imagine we were getting so many calls from residents. A lot of them were seniors or people that just, were physically unable to shovel the snow. We've had success in the past using high school students and people from our community partnership. But this storm, the demand just far exceeded our capabilities. And we were not able to help a lot of people. Residents, a lot of them I know, we were able to find some phone numbers of individuals or companies that were out there shoveling, but they were so inundated, so it took a few more days for them to get shoveled out. Again, if you're not able to, we ask, if you're able to, I should say, we encourage neighbors, if they can, to shovel out, if they're able to have a snow blower. Please try to help your neighbors, especially elderly ones. If you can help them, that would be great. COVID-19 update. Our local numbers right now, as of Tuesday, this past Tuesday, we have 911 cases. That's a cumulative number, cumulative cases since March of 2020. Right now we have 259 active cases, which seems to be, we hover around between 250 and 265. We've had 23 deaths, and 695 people have recovered. The big topic right now is vaccinations. Everyone should pre-register with the state or Bergen County. The state, you have to go on their website. It's covidvaccine.newjersey.gov. That's covidvaccine.newjersey.gov. And the county is newbridgehealth.org. That's newbridgehealth.org. Anyone that needs assistance registering, if they don't have a computer or they just are unable to do so, we ask them to please call Town Hall and we'll help them. Again, that number is 201-587-2903. 2 weeks ago, the governor expanded the list of those eligible for the vaccine to include people 65 and older, and also some with special medical conditions. Unfortunately, at this time, there does not seem to be enough vaccine to meet the demand, and it's very frustrating. We've been getting a lot of calls, some requesting assistance to register, pre-register, and but a lot of individuals are trying to get appointments, and there's just not enough vaccine, and they're getting frustrated because they keep getting the same response: no appointments available, no appointments available. I know that if you do pre-register, you should really do both. You can do one or the other, but I would do both. I know people that have pre-registered and they're getting calls now, but it's usually a call that come in 2 weeks. They opened up in Bergen County, they opened up at the Meadowlands, at the old racetrack. There's a mega site there. Supposedly they can do 2,500 vaccinations a day. The county does it at Newbridge Medical Center. Riverside Medical in Saddlebrook, they have vaccine, but they're giving priority right now to their eligible patients. If you're a patient there, you get priority, and you may, if you do apply, you may get a call. But you have to email them. Their email is covid19vaccine@riversidemedgroup.com. That's covid19vaccine@riversidemedgroup.com. Raphael, if I can, I'll print all these phone numbers and websites, and maybe you can put them on the video, which would be great. When you do that, when you go to that website and you email them at that website, They request contact information, your date of birth, and medical conditions, any medical conditions you may have. Within a couple of weeks, some CVS pharmacies will be administering vaccines. I don't know at this time. I'm trying to reach out to the CVS in Saddlebrook on Fairlawn Parkway to see if they're going to do it. They're one of the smaller ones, so I'm doubting that they're going to have it, but we will check with that. And we're supposed to get New Jersey's supposed to get a big shipment from the federal government. So once the infrastructure's there statewide, it's just the rollout's been very slow. There's just not enough vaccine. I think that's been the problem. So again, I know people are frustrated, but please, you know, if you want the vaccine, keep trying. Make sure you pre-register and try some of these other, you know, these other places, CVS, Riverside. There's a whole list, and that's the other thing. We have on our town website, we have a whole section devoted to COVID-19 and a whole section on vaccines. Also, we post everything on Facebook as well, so it is there and available for you to look at and see. Regarding schools, in accordance with state protocol, schools are all remote at this time. In-person instruction will begin again Tuesday, February 16th. The school's been doing a pretty good job of keeping the schools open, but they just had too many cases, and I know they had some problem with staff, teachers, so, and also they had some cases where the children came down with the virus. This Wednesday, Governor Murphy signed an executive order raising indoor capacity of commercial establishments from 25% to 35%. Okay, municipal complex update. The only thing I have to say on that is that we should be breaking ground very shortly. I'm hoping by the middle of this month they'll start. So we're all very excited about that. Grants from community development. We received notice from the county executive that our applications were approved. Two of them, one, we're receiving $101,000 for Albany Street drainage projects, drainage improvement and paving. Also $75,000 for handicapped accessible improvements at the new municipal complex. Also, our grant writer is working on and submitting an application to New Jersey Transit for a new senior bus. We have a couple of proposed ordinances tonight. One is to comply with New Jersey DEP recommendations regarding stormwater management. Our town engineer, Bob, reviewed and made minor changes to our town ordinance to comply. There's also another ordinance for no parking on Finnegan Avenue at 270 Market Street, the Finnegan Ave side, just south of their entrance exit from 270 Market Street. This was a recommendation from the planning board. We had an application there, and that spot it's a bad spot because the tractor trailers can't maneuver and when cars are parked there. So it's a good idea. It ended up the application that they submitted, they ended up pulling the application. They're not purchasing the property. So, but eventually someone is going to be in there, and hopefully, you know, they'll either rent it or lease the property or sell it. And there's going to be another business in there, and they're going to have tractor trailers. So it's a good idea to get rid of that parking, make that a no parking. Just the one spot. It's only affecting one spot, just south of that ingress-egress on the Finnegan Avenue side. We talked last night, we're looking at creating an ordinance limiting parking of commercial vehicles on town roadways. Our town clerk checked with neighboring towns and got their ordinances. The town attorney is going to look to prepare a draft ordinance, and we're going to have a lot of discussion at our March council work session about it. We're hoping to come up with something because we've been getting a lot of complaints, especially in the south end of town, with vehicles, commercial vehicles, not even from Saddlebrook parked on the roadway. And we do have an ordinance dealing with commercial vehicles but it really has to do with the size of them. And it's a pretty large, it has to be a pretty large vehicle. I believe it's over 8 feet tall and 20 feet long. It has to be, and meet both of them in order to get a summons. So there's not that many vehicles that are that big, but there's a lot of commercial vehicles that are parking, and we've received several complaints, especially the numbered streets in the south end. We're requesting anyone that may be interested in organizing a book club, a garden club, or a card club. Please call our Senior Director, Joe Lisi, at 201-845-4594. We're looking for a motivated person to help start any new and fun activities at our senior center. So we're hoping once we get through this COVID that we can start more programs. And again, if someone is interested, I know there's not a lot, but there's some residents out there that went through the Master Gardener class that the county offers through Rutgers University. So anybody like that would want to try to help out and organize a gardening club would be great. Condolences to the family and friends of former Santa Brook Mayor Tom Trier. And I also, Thomas brought it up, and thank you for bringing it up. I want to thank the members of the Mayor's Youth Group for making those Valentine's Day cards for the members of our senior groups. It is meant, this was my secretary, Christine Generario, brought this up, which was a great thing. Christine also was very involved in projects and activities, but it's meant as a way of spreading joy and love to others. And I'm very proud of the youth group, the members, for taking the initiative and showing compassion to brighten up the day of our senior citizens. And I really do believe that they're going to be very happy when they receive it in the mail. So I look forward to that, and I'm sure, again, I know it means a lot to them. So thank you to the Mayor's Youth Group. And with that, happy Valentine's Day. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Dave?
Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to commend our DPW for doing a wonderful job clearing our roadways and making them safe for our residents. Thank you for your hard work. Next, I'd like to mention that the township had a flood meeting set up with the county last week. Unfortunately, that meeting did not take place, so we are in the process of rescheduling. Also, the township met the deadline to be accepted into the FEMA Community Rating System program. Special thank you to Tony Ambrosio and Monica Mianecki for their hard work in doing that. Finally, I'd like to give my condolences to the Palazzati and Trier family. And finally, happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
Thank you, Dave. Todd?
Yeah, again, DPW did a great job. Condolences to the Palazzati family and Triers. The mayor spoke of snow conditions. One thing that I noticed coming here and leaving for work in the mornings, people tend to leave their driveways because they're crowded and park on the street when the street in front of their house is plowed 4 or 5 feet away from the street, the curb line. So if you could at least shovel your snow in front of your house to the curb line, if you're going to park on the street, it's a risk. Kids playing outside, people driving by. That 4 or 5 feet from your side, 4 or 5 feet from the other side, emergency vehicles aren't going to be able to fit through. So if you're going to park on the street, at least try and shovel it the best you can so you're close to the curb as possible. And with that being said, just happy Valentine's Day and be safe out there.
Thank you, Todd. Councilwoman?
Thank you, Council President. First and foremost, I'd like to extend my sympathy and prayers to Joe and your family. Your dad had an infectious smile, and he certainly will be remembered for that. We never have enough time with our parents, that's for sure. Heart goes out to you. And also to Tom Trier and former mayor, our former mayor Tom Trier. I didn't have the privilege of serving with him, but my prayers and sympathy goes out to him as well. As the mayor's mentioned, February Heart Month. Please get your levels checked. You know, I thought I was in optimum health too until I got my levels checked and realized they were through the roof. And especially in this environment of COVID, you want to be in optimum health. You know, it certainly will be in your favor. So please don't hesitate. Get it checked. Thank you to our DPW. It certainly was a challenging storm, to say the least. You did an amazing job. You really did. And you know, our first responders, our ambulance, our police for being there, always on call. So we certainly appreciate it. Thomas, thank you for your ongoing support and, you know, bringing the fun stuff, keeping it going. It means a lot to, I'm sure, a lot of the shut-ins and a lot of the seniors. Thank you. We're so very proud of you. Thank you, Council.
Thank you. I think you all said it all. DPW, great job, as everybody said. Thomas, I'm sure you are going to make many seniors very happy when they get their mail. So, again, I just want to say thank you. Condolences, Joe. I knew your dad. I knew your mom. Was in ARC with your dad. He was a great woodworker. We did beautiful things. So my condolences. And my condolences to the Trier family. And I just want to mention, the mayor did say it, the project, we are moving forward with the project. We are excited. We have meetings just about weekly. And we will keep you posted going forward as to what's happening. And we're really looking forward to that. And he touched on the garden club. We have a house on Riverside that we purchased through Blue Acres. It's a long process to, right, Pete, to
Yes.
get it. We eventually will knock this house down. But because of the pandemic and because how backed up the state is, it's been taking longer than we anticipated. However, we want to do a community garden in the backyard of that house. So, as the mayor said, anybody interested in gardening of any kind, we're talking about islands to do flowers. So please call Joe at the center, Mayor's Youth Group. Thomas, if you would bring it to your youth group that we're going to do this. And we'll have more posted as it gets closer to the spring. With that being said, happy Valentine's Day. Ordinances?
First ordinance, ordinance 1695 is an ordinance in accordance with the provisions of NJAC 7:8. The Township of Saddlebrook is adopting new requirements for the design of stormwater control.
Can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Mazer,
Yes.
Councilman Garrick,
Yes.
Councilman Arcomando,
Yes.
Council President Dominion.
Yes.
Be resolved that an ordinance in accordance with the provisions of NJAC 7:8, Township of Saddlebrook is adopting new requirements for the design of stormwater control heretofore passed on first reading, be further considered for a final passage at a meeting to be held on the 4th day of March, 2021, at 7 o'clock p.m., or sooner after, as the matter can be reached at the Saddlebrook Senior Center, 8 Caldwell Avenue, and that at such time and place all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance according to law, with the notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when and where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Mazer?
Yes.
Councilman Garrick?
Yes.
Councilman Arcomando?
Yes.
Council President Dominion.
Yes.
Next ordinance is ordinance 1696-21, an ordinance amending chapter 196, section 34 of the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Vehicles and Traffic, Schedule 1, no parking, on first reading.
Motion.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Mazer?
Yes.
Councilman Garrick?
Yes.
Councilman Arcomando?
Yes.
Council President Dominion.
Yes.
Be resolved by the Township Council that an ordinance amending Chapter 196, Section 34 of the Township Code of the Township of Saddlebrook entitled Vehicles and Traffic. Schedule 1, no parking, heretofore passed on first reading, be further considered for final passage at a meeting to be held on the 4th day of March, 2021, at 7 o'clock p.m., or sooner thereafter as the matter can be reached at the Saddlebrook Senior Center, 8 Caldwell Avenue. And at such time and place, all persons interested be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance according to law, with the notice of its introduction and passage on first reading, and of the time and place when where said ordinance will be further considered for final passage.
Motion, please.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Mazer?
Yes.
Councilman Garrett?
Yes.
Councilman Argamando?
Yes.
Council President Dorminio?
Yes.
All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion on these items unless a council member or members so request it, in which case the item or items will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. The one motion signifies adoption of all resolutions, receive and file letters, correspondence reports, and approval of minutes and applications, and with the council's approval, we'll be adding the one purchase over $2,500 with the County of Bergen under shared services for repair of vehicle.
Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Garrett,
Yes.
Councilman Arcamando,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazer,
Yes.
Council President Dorminio.
Yes. Anyone have old business or new business? No? So,
Sorry,
yeah,
Council President, I just wanted to say, Fire Chief Palazzati just left. I didn't mention his dad, you know, my condolences. I've seen him, and I did speak to him prior to this meeting, but he left. I wanted to give my condolences again. I didn't publicly, but I did know his dad, and he was a very kind and a true gentleman, a very kind person, and he'll be missed, especially with the seniors. He was very involved.
very, yes.
So, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Can I get a motion to open the public open the meeting to the public for agenda items?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion, meeting is open to the public for agenda items only. Seeing none, can I get a motion
Motion.
to close?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anything else? Anybody has anything else? No? So can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.